I think you have to put out an open call. Is there anyone else who has concerns? Speak now.
That's true.
This is the best opportunity. Speak now.
Is there anyone else who has concerns?
Any concerns whatsoever?
Any concerns whatsoever?
About Ra's leadership, his ethics,
right,
his
about
integrity.
Ra's leadership, his ethics, his integrity. Speak now. Does anyone see anyone?
I don't see anything.
No. I don't see hands up in the courtroom.
I see people stacking papers as if preparing to leave.
That's true.
I think you're supposed to give a closing statement. Summarize something.
That's true. So in the inquiry of whether or not Ra had conducted his leadership position with grace, integrity, tact, willingness, courage, humility, honesty, selflessness, and trust.
Trust in higher power.
Trust in higher power.
Trust in wiser minds.
That's true. Our perception is this tribunal has found him.
It's like white glove test.
Yeah.
It comes up clean.
Clean.
In order to be complete, we have to offer to those assembled the opportunity to release their doubt, because we began with doubt.
That's true.
And doubt can kill. There's even a play entitled Doubt.
Yeah, that's true.
And to now remove the doubt that isn't anchored by anything real. Remove doubt that is not anchored in reality.
That's true.
Remove all doubt, unless it is anchored in reality. If it's anchored in reality, it should remain.
That's true.
And then we'll see what's left, won't we?
That's true.
I'm Asha, and I can see the being who is kind of presiding over the grand jury investigation, and he's got a bemused expression on his face, because he now at this point is going to turn to the person who initiated the investigation and say, does that person feel satisfied that the investigation is complete?
That's true.
And in this case, the
person is Ra. That's true.
So he's got a very cute expression on his face. It's a funny expression. He turns to Ra and says, and do you feel satisfied? And Ra says, well, no, there's still a question on the table. Is there any doubt left in the room? Because if there is, it might be anchored in reality, and I would like to know.
That's true.
Good point.
That is a good point.
Well,
is there any doubt left in the room?
Let's draw it up.
Draw it up.
And it would look like a helium balloon anchored to a brick.
That's true.
And just have the intent to push anything like that into the center of the room, and then we'll see it.
That's true.
Are there any helium balloons? Are there any bricks? Interesting. There are helium balloons and there are bricks. But when I'm looking at the bricks, feeling the bricks for anything to do with Ra.
Yes.
That's where it seems to break down.
Yes, that's true.
I see helium balloons, there is doubt, and they are anchored to bricks, to reality.
That's
doubt
true.
about Ra, anchored to reality. And so now I'm working with the bricks, because I don't really care about the helium balloons. I'd like to know about the bricks.
That's true.
And they don't... now I'm sifting them for anything to do with Ra.
That's true.
And it's like all the bricks crumble into something else.
That's true.
It doesn't have to do with Ra. There is still doubt in the room. This might be more of that phenomenon of subliminal information creating confusion for people in our lives. And so we're just sifting these bricks for things to do with Ra. It's like crumbling the bricks into their component parts.
That's true.
And the helium balloons would only be anchored in this room by Ra nuggets, not by bricks that are amalgam compounds of many things.
That's true.
And now all the helium balloons are just
gone.
They've gone. There's just a big pile of powder on the floor.
That's true.
And the balloons are gone.
That's true.
So now let's clear the space, pulse the space, and send up air bubbles and emission bubbles.
That's true.
And tune the space. I'm starting to feel kind of a little bit like Ra. I feel like this half feels like Asha and that half feels like Ra. So we have Ra and Asha both here. They actually want to know. So to draw the sticky fog through first, because it can clear the air faster than other things. There might be big things left exposed, but we want to expose them.
That's true.
Ra is standing up. I must be Asha because I see him as a separate presence.
That's true.
And he's standing up in the, it's like on top of that pile of dust, but it somehow supports his weight in a way that is impossible.
Yeah, I see that.
And he's turning around, rotating very slowly, and it looks kind of like a
display.
Theater in the round, almost. Is, you know, there are people all around.
That's true.
And he's looking each of them in the eye, and he really is saying, if you know, tell me if there's anything else. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. He's saying he doesn't ask for much, that very rarely does he actually make a personal request, and I would agree with that.
That's true.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, although it's possible there have been some. He says very rarely does he make a personal request, but he'd like to make one now. And he's explaining how he has such a deep desire in his soul to be the best person that he can possibly be.
That's true.
He actually intends to fulfill his destiny. He intends to be the best he can be.
That's true.
And he wants to know if there are any actual valid suggestions for improvement. And this is not an invitation for all the barrage of crazy that comes his way on a daily basis.
That's true.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying so there's actually something valid. Who wants to know it.
That's
Don't
true.
withhold. He's looking at everybody, every face, every eye, making eye contact with every single person. It's like a personal request.
I don't
Did you hear anything?
No.
I didn't hear anything.
No. All right.
And he's looking up, and he's saying the same thing, just straight up. And he's looking straight down, and he's saying the same thing. And he's looking down at diagonals, and he's looking specifically at Black Wolf and
That's
saying,
true.
speak up, now's the time. He's looking at Ed. He's looking at Fritz.
That's
I
true.
thought it was Ed, but it's Fritz. And he
That's
looked
true.
at Ed too, but it's Black Wolf and Fritz. He's saying, tell me, man. If you got anything, tell me. Don't hold back on me. And now he's looking at Charles. He's telling Charles he thinks of him like another son.
That's true.
And he's saying that he's really glad to have that kind of relationship with him.
That's true.
It's a special connection. Now he's looking at Garth and saying something about potential and power and capability, and how Garth has the full power of the universe is inside of him, and he can, you know, blow the top off of this like maybe nobody else ever could.
That's true.
Basically saying, live to your potential, I'll help you, you can do it.
That's true.
And he's coming to us and he's saying something similar.
That's true.
To you. And to me.
That's true.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in. Okay, I think Ra is willing to sign the paper that says he's satisfied with the inquiry.
That's true.
And it's being registered over there like legal documents are registered.
That's true. Tuning to perfect pitch. Higher souls destined to occupy the immediate presences.
Ra is settling back into the driver's seat.
True. Aiming as close to the center of the bubbles.
Up through the center of the air bubbles.
It's true. And letting go. Sending it out.
I saw it caught and put on the rack with the others, quote unquote. I don't know
I
what
don't
that
think
means.
that's a good sign.
It's not. They're not even reading.
No, that's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign.
Well, so noted.
Well, okay. So we're still in the contaminated zone. It's okay. We know.
True.
So today's assignment is to get up and out the next layer of levels. Get through this
true.
contaminated zone. Pull this ship to the dock. Everybody off. This ship is being overhauled. Then we go up into the next layer of levels, which maybe is the next level of higher souls of all these non-physical presences.
That's possible.
It's possible. Nothing has contradicted that so far.
That's true.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Here we go.
Onward.
Onward.